Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now. Where I am now, I'm in a special place. A telephone place, where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350am.com, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful, hot day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Let's welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM. Good morning to you.
Facebook Live on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll promise we'll shout you out.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. We got 2 channels over on YouTube. Crystal Records 1, CRISTO Records 1. And you can go to at FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton on YouTube. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise on this wonderful hot day, we'll shout you out.
You promise?
Promise.
Heat one is all over. You shout them
Woo!
out.
It is a hot one, but I tell you, it's a nice one. It's beautiful out here. Mr. E, what was your weekend like?
Well, I had grandchildren, granddaddy, grandchildren.
How many did you have?
I had 3 grandchildren with me.
3 out of 100 had grandchildren were there.
Don't even go there.
There's a word.
Don't go there.
There's a word. That's what I see in the crystal ball.
I only have 19 grandkids. I had three of them. And guess what? The temperature outside here in Norfolk, Virginia is 84 degrees and it is sunny and it's already put a heat advisory out here in VA.
You skipping the subject. I just said you hate 100. I foresee 100.
You trying
to get from under that word.
So here's the thing about it, is your crystal ball is off. You need to go ahead and dip it again and make sure that you got to shake it up. See what's happening. You remember back in the day they had those Super 8 balls?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
And see, that's what you got. You turn it upside down. It says you're lucky or yes or no. So you need to go take your crystal ball back to where you got it from.
Ooh.
And make sure you get it recharged, clean, and you bring it back and see it work properly.
I'm going to tell you what my mom and grandmother used to say. Time will tell.
That's right.
Time will tell.
That's right.
They still young. They still growing. And hey, we'll see.
You said grandchildren.
Great grand. You already got 1 great grand.
I have 2 great grand.
See that? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mr. E, anyway, look, it's a wonderful weekend. I tell you what, it was bittersweet because some of the people are under the bed shaking, along with, having a wonderful time. I know my grandchild was over and we just had a ball, my son and everybody. But there was some news that came on the flash. Somebody just bombed something, but we'll talk about that. You're not supposed to say that on social media, I don't think, but we'll use the B word. The B word dropped on this weekend, and there's some folk that just don't know how to read it. You know, it's a lot going on. We got to find out and understand what's happening. Maybe we'll get a better understanding. But Mr. E, that was one of the things that took place.
Marvin Gaye got a song, Mama, Mama. What's going on? What's going on? Everybody say we're wrong, but we got to understand what's going on with Iraq. What's going on with that country over there? That our president, your president, number 45 and 47, 44, and number 7 had the audacity to start a war.
Well, not exactly, but anyway, the B, we say the B was dropped. But we'll talk about that at another show. Today, Mr. E, this is FYI Mondays Sports Talk. And talking about a weekend.
Wow.
Mr. E, we have our fabulous friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to introduce you to the most talented man in Oklahoma, Mr. Brian Fuller. And a pleasant good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Woo! Listen to that.
Hello. I hope everyone is doing great.
I know. I tell you what. I know somebody that is doing great, and that is you. Good morning, Brian. I mean, I know you're excited.
I'm very excited, Mr. Team No Sleep.
That's what they said. Yeah.
No sleep.
That's right.
I told you, great, wonderful people, that the next time we talk, we will be talking about championship.
Oh,
and that's just what it is. The world champion, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And that's that's your team, that's your state, that's your city. I know you are feeling good because it is a first win for OKC. I didn't know that, Brian. I didn't know this was the first major final win for them. And no wonder they're so elated and so excited.
Yes, it's been a very long, very hard, crucial, tense 18 seasons.
Yes.
And, they made it.
They made it. Yes.
Yeah, the fans were excited. The folks were out all night trying to tear up downtown. I let the young generation have that, but I'm definitely elated.
It was marvelous.
Brian, let's look at how they got there. Yes. Let's look at your roster and how much money these folks are making. That's why they are the champion. When you start talking about how much money that team is making, it makes you say they better go out there and get that championship. The most valuable player that you have in there, SGA. Brian, can you tell him how much money that young man is making?
I do not know.
$35,000, $850,000.
Okay, Mr. E, he's gonna get that maximum contract, and it should be well deserved.
He gonna get some more money.
He will probably be the most richest man after this max contract. I think it's somewhere north of 300-400 million. But neither here nor there. SGA game has developed into superstar status since he's been with the team.
Oh God, you got to give it to SGA. I mean, you know who I really thought who's supposed to got that MVP award?
Who was that?
That Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams should have came through like crazy.
No, sir. No, Mr. E, I might have to disagree with you on that one.
Who you got?
He played a great series, but did you notice, Mr. E, there were times throughout the series where Jalen Williams showed that he doesn't have that mighty touch like SGA. You know, he might hit 1 or 2 threes, and then he gets a little trigger happy, shooting too much. And, you know, he's not as smooth as SGA. We have to get SGA those proximities.
Well, you know,
that brother there is different.
You know, when I looked at that game last night, I saw SGA and Jalen Williams and Isaiah come out of the locker room come halftime, along with Doughty and Wiggins. I saw them come out the locker room come to halftime. I said, it is over for Indiana. I said the ball game. They done dropped the mic. They went on about their business. Next time I looked up, they was really making the 100 mark.
Well, it was absolutely fabulous. Let's rewind though. There was a game before this last final game. The Pacers, if they didn't come through, they came through. Now listen, they came through. I can't say that I was surprised, but I was a little surprised that they came through on that last game, Mr. E and Bryant. But they did. They did a little something. They brought it to 3-3.
That's right.
And I tell you what, this game on Sunday, I tell you what, OKC had to show up and show out. I mean, it was meant for them. They played that season like no other. And it was just absolutely fabulous. What I like about it, it wasn't a sweep. I like that there was competition, but we have to give it to OKC. Their season showed that they deserve to be champions.
That's right, Ms.
What do you think, Brian?
That is so true.
You're absolutely right. The season, it's funny that you mentioned too, Ms. Hinton, about the remarkable season, because I've seen a stat where they said the OKC Thunder is the third team to have over 84 wins in the season, compared to the 1996 to the 1998 teams of Michael Jordan.
Yes.
So that's a great company to be amongst as far as an organization.
Yes.
And it just has these folks here in Oklahoma very excited about the future, because those guys are young and they ain't going nowhere. They like the country, they like the good food. We need to feed Shay and Chet a little bit more beans and cornbread and some good southern pig feet. That'll be all right.
You know, Brian, I love OKC. I mean, you know, I looked at how they was winning, how they got there. They won 68 games and lost only 14 games. What a powerful message they were sending through the whole league. I mean, through the whole Eastern Conference. They would let them know that we are in the house. I heard the boss man say last night when they was going that these are young men that made up their mind to be disciplined and to play that ball. Brian, who have you found in that, not the MVP, but the least man that came through for them?
It has to be Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
The vet. I call him Vanilla Ice.
The old man. the old man.
I'm talking about the old man.
The old man.
But he's running that floor with the Tyrese Halliburton. And, you know, shout out to Halliburton for the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
He played a great series. It's unfortunate that the young man went out the first quarter, because it may have made a major difference.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Caruso was guarding all those young guys. But he was a difference maker. He's one of the difference makers.
That's right.
From Wallace as well. So there was a lot of brothers that put in some work for the OKC side.
You know, that's right.
Caruso.
But you know, I was looking at the game on yesterday, and it was toe to toe in the first, before halftime. I mean, I was like, okay, now wait a minute, what's going on? But after halftime, if OKC didn't get their second win, and it was all the way to, it was just, they just went all the way. I was so sorry though to see our friend Tyrese over at the Pacers. I mean, the last game to get hurt and to go out like that was a little sad. But I tell you what, like I said, they went toe to toe. They gave great competition, but by the time after halftime, I don't know if they just really rejuvenated or drank them some protein drink or whatever. But it was on after that. What do you think, Brian?
Yes, it was on. Hey, we know these young guys. They just needed that halftime just to get their second win. And
Yes.
Mr. E, they heard us last week when we talked about they took a little bit off the gas.
That's right. They kept it.
SBA and them called me and emailed me and said, "Don't worry about it, Brian. We are in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. We gonna keep it in fifth gear." I said, "Okay, that's how you win."
I looked at your boys last night, Brian. I said to somebody, I said, please don't get up off the gas. Don't let them off the gas.
Right.
I got a little shaking in my boots because the third quarter, they looked like they had such a great lead coming out there going into the fourth, and they looked like they was going to let up off the gas, but I saw them kick another gear. I said, I've never seen a Ferrari with 7 gears in it. I've never seen a Lamborghini with 10 gears. And next time I know, they put the low ride. They stuck the Hirsch stick in them and killed them down. 32 points, 32.7 points, 5 rebounds, 6.4 assists, and 51 field goals. Listen, that is the MVP, SGA. That's what he did on last night. He do deserve to have both trophies plus them gold tennis shoes. What do you think about them gold tennis shoes?
Those gold tennis shoes, hey, they brought out the fire. I mean, when I say SJ, he plays like ice under pressure. I mean, here it is, the game could be tied up, and he'll take a big three or a mid-range jumper and a straight net.
That's right.
And I mean, the defense as well, Mr. E, too. I have to give credit to OKC's defense because they created some turnovers. When Indiana was about to get going with their vanilla ice, TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
That guy there now.
He an old man too.
I don't know what he ate something before the game. He was going out.
He's an old man too on the Indiana side. They call him the old vet too down there. But looked like he had went out and saw Popeye. And when he saw Popeye, he took Popeye can of spinach, and he was balling like crazy. And Oliver looked over the side and said, "You got it, boy." He said, "Boop, boop." Listen, I want to congratulate Indiana. Bryant, your team is nothing but the truth. And I told them down here in VA that OKC, I said they was going to sweep it. You remember, you heard me say that. But Miss Hinton wanted to go the long way because she wanted everybody to get some popcorn and some peanuts and wanted the ticket values to go up. Brian, what do you think that when OKC went home, how many folks do you think that stormed that stadium?
20,000.
Good gracious.
I mean, a small city of itself. The Paycom, it holds almost 19,000, but I know thousands of people just rushed.
Yes.
The court, the whole downtown area, they had to block off because of the traffic. It seemed chaotic, but people are excited.
It was a celebration for sure.
That's right. Tell our listening audience, how far do you live from the stadium?
I call it considered 5 miles.
You could have walked that far, man. I would have walked down there.
Edam's the country mile walk now. But the thing of it is I don't know. It could be in most areas of downtown, but that is a historic African American neighborhood that's close by. What they call Bricktown. It was the Deep Deuce back in the day. All the Callaways and the brothers used to throw down there. Jazz. So it's a lot of historic history down there as well.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Let's talk about the coaches and the owners. I know they came out, they smiled. How do you think they feel? I mean, can you imagine, Brian, what their thoughts were?
Oh yeah, they're elated. Sam Presti, Dagenot, the coach, that they've been working with these guys for the past 5 years. Drafting the right pieces, getting rid of a lot of the old guys. Paul George and Westbrook, we have to thank them.
That's right. That's
for
right.
making this trade possible.
KD too.
Kevin
Yeah,
Durant.
the dinosaurs had to go.
Yeah, the bearded
Yes.
man had to go too.
It ushered in the way for the new SGA and then the J Wheels and the Chet. And it was great strategic move on the management of OKC.
Yeah, it was past Kevin Durant. It was past Westbrook. Excuse me. It was far past the bearded man. It was past all of those boys who started that dynasty of rolling. It was past them. They set the foundation, but this SGA, Jalen Williams, and my big old guy who broke the house down. What is the tall fella name that got the funny name that was that hangs around with SGA? What is his name? If he did not play, if he didn't play a great game, listen, Brian, tell me, you see him break loose underneath the bucket. Was that his home underneath the bucket?
Was that his home? Yeah.
Was that his house? Did he live there?
He lives there. You want to write him, that's where you can find him.
That's right.
You're absolutely right.
He lived there blocking shots. I mean, just blocking and just holding down the bucket, just holding down the bucket. Isaiah couldn't do what he did. But listen, let me tell you, OKC, that's my kind of game. I love them, OKC.
Did you foresee this though, Brian, when they first started the season, that you had high hopes, or you said, you know what, this may be their year?
Yes, I did. I've been saying this about the past 3 seasons because I said these young guys are for real. They're not the timid young guys. They've been playing fearless, and they were gradually going further each playoff run. Shea started out, he was getting bumped out against the Portlands, and but each season he improved.
Yeah.
And I was saying, man, they're playing a historic year. They won over 60 games. This is their year. And it was.
Yes.
I want you to know they did a wonderful game. I want to switch a little bit, Miss Hinton. I want to jump to another. I want to serve some tea. I want to serve some tea, Brian. I was looking at the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the new changes that they're getting ready to make, where they now going to test to see whether or not you are male or female?
Is that true, T? Bruh.
Yeah, Mr. E, I know, the ladies, I enjoy watching WNBA, and I know that the Angel Reeses and the Asia Wills, those ladies, those women,
You sound like you lost.
Cheat to win. They don't have to cheat like that.
That's what I'm saying.
But
they
you
just
know that
women
but they
plan.
change it. Yeah.
Well, you have one that is, kind of like wanting to be out there as a father, but hey, she's still a woman. We just have this. I don't know, Mr. E. This sounds like the tea may not be the tea that.
Well, that's what's going on in the air, Ms. Hinton, that they checking to see whether or not men are being men are men and women are, they're going to check the genders to make sure.
The men too.
That's right. They're going to check the men and the women, because some men will prefer to play in the women's Olympic. Who was that gentleman that played in the Olympic, ran the Olympics? He wanted to be with the women's side. Brian?
Well, yeah, I remember hearing things like that. I know, yeah, that's just unfair, I guess, to the sport of itself. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
but say we shall see. We shall we shall see where this is going.
You sound like you lost for words.
Well, Mr. E and Brian, I want to get back to the NBA for just a second, and I'm going to ask you all: are you going to get withdrawals from this? Because that was it. It was the last and the final. That's why I wanted it to go. I didn't want it to be a sweep because I'm going to absolutely miss those NBA games. They were fire. So what is it, Brian? You think you're going to have withdrawal, or is it something that's coming up that you know, hey, you got your eyes set on, and you saying, well, hey, this not here, but this gonna be here in a minute.
No, this is that time of the year. You know, I guess we just have to go fishing,
Tell
go
it.
to the lake,
That's
and
right.
things of that nature. But it's definitely gonna be some withdrawals until the football season.
Now the thing about it is,
Absolutely.
Brian, just tell the truth. It's time for minicamp. It's time for you to go down and watch them boys. You know who I'm talking about. Mama, let your baby grow up to be cowboy. I want you
The
to
49ers, he said.
I want you to go right round the corner to the minicamp, down the street, take that 5-mile country road walk, and bring me some good news back.
Mr. You're not gonna miss the NBA, bro.
Oh no, because the next sport behind that is, next sport is you got the WNBA and then you got baseball behind it. I'm not a baseball fan, but if I sit there long enough, I can watch a little baseball.
Okay.
But you got the WNBA championship coming up. And speaking about the WNBA, they really put a job on my girl on yesterday.
Oh wow! Tell us about it.
Wow.
Y'all better leave my
about
girl.
it.
Y'all better leave my girl alone. Y'all better leave Caitlin alone. Leave Caitlin alone. Caitlin talking about she ready to jump out of basketball because y'all beating her up.
You're not seeing those extra side shots of Caitlin out there talking at the side of her mouth.
Yeah.
She try to get feisty with the ladies. I know she got to have an edge. But she can't cry about it now, Mr. E.
She do cry a lot.
When you see Caitlin is the queen.
Allegedly.
She's the queen.
One of the queens.
She came in there being the queen.
One of the queens.
Angel came in and being the second queen.
One of the queens.
But see, but the thing about it, you got some legends that are there. You got some queens that been there before my girl Caitlin came in. But Caitlin and them brought some great news to the game. Caitlin is really, she want her cake and she want to eat it too because she bringing the boys to the yard.
Well, Mr. E.
Caitlin is bringing that money to the yard. I don't care what nobody say. Caitlin is filling the club up.
The fever are sick with the fever, Mr. E. I'm telling you, Caitlin's been getting thumped.
Yeah,
they walking on the side after the game with her head down. She went to Las Vegas and she burnt up out there in the desert. See, I'm just trying to tell you, Mr. E.
That's right.
They didn't lose by 8 points. Y'all got to leave my girl alone. Y'all can't just keep on jumping on one little girl. And she got a little mess with her too. You got to remember.
That's what Brian said.
Caitlin got a little mess with her. She got a little slick. She's slick in the lips just as well. She talk a little smack and she runs to the referee. But Caitlin said, "Listen, I'm bringing the boys to the yard, so y'all got to give me my respect."
Mr. E, Miss Hinton, did you guys see the Kevin Durant news?
No. Serve some tea, man.
He's a Houston Rocket.
Yeah.
Trade. I think the Phoenix Suns actually won that deal, but they received Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and three picks from Houston to get a senior citizen Kevin Durant.
That is wrong.
Mr. E,
I know that's right. KD is washed up.
Oh my
KD
God.
is washed up.
You know, he went to Brooklyn, destroyed the Nets. They could have been something.
That's right.
Then he cried, went to Phoenix.
Cried.
Oh,
And but if he had stayed where he's supposed to be and built the team, KD is washed up. KD is washed up. Westbrook is washed up. LeBron James is washed up. AD is washed up. All of those old heads. Your boy who plays real good from Brooklyn, he's a point guard. He's washed up too. All those razzles and dazzles and tricks that they used to use, them boys washed up. We got to get out of here.
Brian, we want to say thank you so much for being with us this season. You are the best. Congratulations to your team, OKC, and we wish you the best. We're going to have you back on. You know, NFL is coming up real soon. So be blessed. Have a wonderful day.
You guys as well. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, WMBA 88.9, Peace 95.3, and on all social media platforms. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.
Oh, man. What can we say? OKC came through, Mr. E.
Gotta say it.
You got your team. You got it. Now, listen, this is the question. Is this going to be your team every year now?
No. I still got to go with my team. I got to go down with the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans is my team. They the next rising star that you want to see in basketball. See, Anthony Davis should have stayed down there with Zion. Okay. Zion might have been busting out of tennis shoes because he was a young man, 19 years old, 20 years old, playing that basketball, and he thought that he could get out there with the big boys. He didn't know the body's going to be on them. See, if you noticed last night on that game last night, they was fighting and pushing and shoving, and bodies was being thrown everywhere. Absolutely. So it gets a little physical. And he ain't gonna have this weight because he might be big and able to. And that's what happened to AD and LeBron. LeBron wanted somebody on the Lakers side that can be physical. AD said, "Listen, my physical days are over with. I done been hurt too many days." So he said, "I'm just want to walk out my rest of my season." So now it's time for the changing of the guard. The Westbrooks has to go. The Kevin Durant has to go. The LeBron James has to go. The Mocha has to go. They had to. It's time for them. Bearded man. We're looking for something else now.
You talking about
Hardy, James Hardy. He started out with OKC also. Wow. He's got to go. So all of those folks who now see these young folks move out of the way and let these young folks come on in and do what they do.
We want to say good morning to Sheila Robbins. We want to say good morning, Mark Howard. On Instagram, we want to say good morning to S_AMPE_TRA_25_03. Then we got no_UFAL_NOUFAL. We thank you all for joining us, and all those that I can't see, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. We got some upcoming things coming. FYI After Dark, maybe a replay on this evening. We'll let you know. Relationship 2025, we definitely want to go ahead and get that scheduled and give you the date for that. Around the Town with Edward Everett Community News. Ready, Mr. E? You ready for your events?
July 4th coming around the corner, so everybody wants to know what's going on in the 757. You know, Miss Hinton, when you talk about Around the Town, they said traveling is easy now. There's only 4 major cities that everybody would like to go to. And the city that you were thinking about is on the map. That's Las Vegas.
Amen. I tell you what, Las Vegas and all the others. We're going to be talking about what's happening right here in our own backyard, community news and events with Mr. E. Then we're going to do Wednesday, What's Under the Hat. Of course, Fun Friday and women issues and more and more and more. Oh, I forgot, I got hot topics. Hot topics. We're going to have cryptocurrency back here and where it's going and how you all can know more about it. Let's see, serving that tea and all. But we also want you all to follow us on social media, and you could be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FYI. Mr. E has the tea on that.
And to be a special guest internal sponsor, the most talked about radio show. Oh, if you like to be in our audience, all you have to do is email us your email, and we'll email you back at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, or you can call us at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. And listen, we'll get back with you, let you know, hey, look, we want you on our show. Don't forget to give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
Again, congratulations to OKC. If they didn't come through, I mean, they came through like champions.
Yeah.
And we will continue sports talk on Monday.
That's right.
We got a lot
That's
to
right.
talk about. We're going to be visiting the WNBA and other sports. And then when it's time to get over to the NFL, we'll be over there fast, quick, and in a hurry. So look, you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. If you're here in the Hampton Roads area, or if you're in your city and it's hot, look, try to stay as cool as you can. Take safeguards against, the sun and all the, the heat and everything like that. And meet us back here on Wednesday.
Don't forget
for our replay.
And don't forget to drink plenty of water on today. Make sure you check on grandma and them, and make sure they get them box fans out of their windows, because it's going to be a humid. Right now, the temperature on the outside is 86 degrees, and it's hazard out there.
Yes.
The weatherman says, and then they give you a hurricane update, so the wind's going to be blowing. And if you got any pollen whatsoever, you got any allergies whatsoever, you can rest assured. You might want to take a double dose. Stay inside. Do not go out there. The best time to go out there and work was early this morning. Don't go out there at 12. All right?
Yes, get that sunscreen.
The whole week.
Even our brown people, get their sunscreen and stay safe. God bless you.
Chew up.
Have a wonderful evening.
Chew down. VA. Bye now.